Welcome to the Face-to-Face. I'm your host, Geneviève Kyle-Lefebvre. The Face-to-Face is a bilingual series of video recorded in Coquitlam. We acknowledge that Coquitlam is located on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Coquitlam. We thank the Coquitlam people who continue to live on these lands and care for them along the water that is all above and below. Today on the Face-to-Face, I'm sitting with Joan McCauley and Matthew Sebastiani. Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, so Joan, you are the executive director at Place des Arts, and Matthew, you are the president of the board. So welcome.
Thank you.
Do you guys like how I say Place des Arts?
Oui.
That's maybe my little French roots here. I love it. So since 1972, Place des Arts has opened, and it's been changing the life of many people in the Tri-Cities. I would like you to share the stories and why Place des Arts was opened in Maillardville in the Tri-Cities.
Sure. Do you want me to take this one?
You go ahead, John.
Place des Arts was founded by the Coquitlam Fine Arts Council, which was formed in the late 1960s. And this group of very committed people were passionate about the arts, and they saw that there was a gap in the community. So they originally started offering events and different kinds of programs, but they didn't have a location to operate out of. So they saw this gap and they thought Coquitlam needed to have more arts opportunities, more cultural experiences, and there needed to be a place out of which they could operate or provide these services. So at the time, in about 1972, the Coquitlam RCMP, which was housed in the heritage home of the Fraser Mills, which is called the Ryan House, and which is where Place des Arts resides today. The RCMP used to be in that building, and they were vacating to move to a different location on Christmas Way. And so once the RCMP vacated that building, well, the Arts Council board got right on it, and they went to City Council and they said, we would love to have this building. And apparently there were some other organizations who wanted to work out of the building as well. But apparently Place des Arts was awarded an opportunity. And Jim Ton, who was the council, or who was the mayor at the time, he said to the group, you can have the building. We'll give it to you for, there's varying stories. One story says 6 months, another one says a year. Anyway, the bottom line is we'll give it to you. We're not going to give you any money. You can have the building. And if it's a success, you can stay there. So as soon as they were given permission, they rolled up their sleeves. They tore down walls. They bought pottery wheels. They put shingles up on the wall to act as a place where they could hang art. They started classes. They had performances, and the council ran the organization, which they called Place des Arts, for a few years until it became its own society. And I think what's so remarkable about Place des Arts is that it operates today. Today we uphold the same vision that was originally created, or the concepts on which Place des Arts was founded, to have all of the arts under one roof, to have quality programs, for the programs to be taught by artists who were professionals in their field, who knew what they were teaching, and to have a warm and welcoming environment. Those were the main core visions and values of the people who started the organization. And they were so dedicated and passionate and hardworking. They did it all. And I think the foundation on which our organization was built is something that I believe in very much, and I'm very proud of.
Mm-hmm. So how's the foundation works? Is it through donations? I know the city you just mentioned, it's helping. And is the people that wants to get classes there, is it less expensive because it's part of the foundation? How's that work?
Okay, so the organization is operated by a society, a nonprofit society, and we're a charitable organization as well. Now, primarily, we're funded by the City of Coquitlam. We receive an operating grant. That's equal to about less than half of our budget. And the city also helps us to maintain the structure of the building. But we look after everything inside. And a lot of our operations are sustained by, the classes and lessons. People, that's what we're known for. That's what our facility is built for, to provide, is all of the wonderful classes and lessons that we offer for all ages, from 6 months old to however old you want to be. We have it in all the different disciplines: visual arts, dance, theater, music, and a few literary arts classes as well. So that is the primary deliverable that Place des Arts offers the community. And we also have exhibition spaces, and those attract local emerging artists to come and exhibit and sell their work. We have an artisan shop, and then we also offer a variety of events throughout the season. For example, we have a family day about 3 or 4 times a year that people come in and it's a drop-in style activity. We have performances. We have a concert series. We also have social events that we call parties, and they're adult only. And they're very, very casual and social. You can have a drink, and you get to learn something new from one of our artists. So it's a different kind of format, but it's a lot of fun.
And I will just add on that, because we are a nonprofit, we do look at helping students that maybe can't afford programming through our bursary program. So if someone can't, have the means to afford a program, we can help to subsidize. I'll also mention we run a scholarship program as well. I've had the honor of chairing the scholarship committee over the last couple of years, and just seeing the amazing talent of some of these students that come to Place des Arts in a variety of disciplines of art. So we can help students in that way too. So the scholarships are for those that are excelling in their discipline of arts, that they can apply, and we provide those scholarships. We also have the bursary programs, and we also partner with the City of Coquitlam as well with recreation to also subsidize programming as well. Is that right, Joan, with some of the programs with the City of Coquitlam?
We have, we partner in that they help promote what we do.
Yes.
And the school district,
Yes.
we offer programs after school at local schools. And to Matthew's point, we're also, because we're a charity, we do ask for donations to help with providing free spots in our programs. And we're always looking for grants and other sponsorships to help fund some of the initiatives that we offer the community.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So when are the dates if someone doesn't have, let's say, the money, would like to join a class, and when are those bursaries deadlines? Is it more like at the beginning of September, or it's in the spring, or how's that work? And how can someone apply?
Yeah. Sure. Well, you can just go to our website
Yes.
and look up, I can't remember which page it's on, but it's very accessible. Bursary, you can apply for at any time. Obviously, we suggest that people fill out the application 6 weeks before a program starts, just so that they can get a spot, because programs do fill up quickly. But we take them at any time. And what else? Oh, scholarships they have a specific deadline.
Yeah, usually I believe mid to late January is when the cutoff is, and then the evaluation process happens. And then we have an awards night for those that are awarded the scholarships, which is always a wonderful event, just to see the students that win the scholarships. But we also have a portion where they perform in their art disciplines. So whether it's music or theater or dance, so it's always a nice little celebration for those that are awarded the scholarships.
So that's a good time for this video to come out. So if you hear this and you think then you cannot join the Place des Arts family for maybe a difficult time, then it's a good time to go on your website. I like that.
And, to Joan's point, I would say, for anyone that's watching, to go to placedesarts.ca and check our programming. There's something for everyone, whether you're a child, a teenager, you're looking for something for your kids, but also for adults, as Joan had said. So there's something for everyone, and our mission is to inspire the artist in everyone. So it's something that Joan had said earlier about living up to our mission of the organization that hasn't changed over time. So I think it's just wonderful that there's really so many different program options for anyone to join.
Excellent. Now I want to talk about volunteers. I'm sure you guys are always looking for volunteers, and if someone wants to volunteer, how can, I'm sure you can go to the website, but what are the reason why would people want to go and volunteer? What kind of volunteers do you need?
Well, I think one of our most dedicated group of volunteers is our board.
Yes.
So maybe Matthew, you can talk about that.
Sure. Well, I'll start at the board level, but we do look for volunteers to help with a variety of things at Place des Arts. But I would say we are governed as an organization by a board. We have an amazing team. I'm very thankful to work with everyone that's been on the board, past and present, that I've had the opportunity to work with. I will say that we are looking for board directors. We have an annual cycle, and so we're always looking for those in the community, especially if you have a connection to Coquitlam, because we operate within the boundaries of the city of Coquitlam, to contact us and just provide us your resume. And when the cycle opens up, we are looking for people. So I think it's a wonderful way to join an organization that's having an impact in the community. And to bring, a skill set that you might have, whether it's, finance or IT or legal. So we're always looking for people with diverse skills to join our board.
Excellent.
And Joan, maybe you can touch on some of the other volunteer opportunities, even for students in school that can support us.
Yeah, so we have a lot of students who like to come to volunteer at Place des Arts because, of course, students need to go out in the community and earn a certain amount of volunteer hours to graduate high school.
Yes.
And the wonderful thing is we have some great opportunities for volunteers, especially in the summer at our summer camps. We do have volunteers that help out in the classroom. And then we have some adult volunteers who help with exhibitions, who help in the pottery studio or at performances. So we have a lot of opportunities, and you fill out a form, and then you have an interview with our volunteer coordinator, and we find out what you're interested in, what you can commit to, and then we sign you up.
And come to the events. I'm sure when there's the open family days, like you're saying, that's a good one to come and help. Because I've been there. We were doing little lanterns. We went into the big room, there's frames all around, different, I could see different arts, and then we were doing different type of lanterns and different things, and a celebration also in the parking lot. There was when we lit all the lanterns. Yes. We did the lanterns. And also been to, Santa was there for Christmas. I did something last year. Yeah. So it was very lovely also.
Yeah.
Santa was hiding in a little outside. I don't know, are you guys doing this outside because of the COVID, or it was just because it was...
What you're thinking of too is our neighbor, Coquitlam Heritage.
Yes.
We sometimes do events together simultaneously, and in the winter we have done events on the same day, and the Heritage Home Mackin House is open with lots of activity, and I think they like to bring Santa Claus and do the outside activities, and we focus on the activities inside in our center. And
I love the collaboration between two organizations like this.
Yes, we do like to collaborate. And also, I think to what you were mentioning earlier, and I've just twigged in, Matthew, about the City of Coquitlam, is that we do go to a lot of City of Coquitlam events. Yes. We go to Canada Day, we go to some of the other smaller events that the city oversees, and we bring an activity to those events. We also go to the Teddy Bear Picnic,
Yes.
and we've gone to the Dumpling Festival, so we really try and get out in the community, and we also love to have volunteers come and help us at those activities as well.
Yes. And I will take that opportunity to also say that, one of our values at Place des Arts is collaboration. And so we're always looking for opportunities to collaborate with those in the community. So if anyone listening is part of an organization, whether it's a cultural group or, an organization, another nonprofit in Coquitlam, we're always open to seeing ways that we can collaborate for events or for a function or something like that. So it's something that I think is so important when we have community organizations to see how we can all partner with each other.
Together. I like that too, yeah. So now I'm curious, do you have any stories of artists that started and now are known, or different dancers, or like tell me a little bit who's gone through the program and have made a career out of it?
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to say that the wonderful thing about Place des Arts is that you can come in at any level and enjoy the arts. You don't have to be an artist already to participate in anything that we do. However, we do have the opportunity for you to go from the very beginning right into a career if you want. And I do have one story of a dancer who I knew when she was a little girl, and because I've been at Place des Arts for so long, I saw her grow up, and she studied with our dance teacher, Lucienne Anzikowski, and she went on to the National Ballet School, and then was accepted to the company, and now she's a soloist with the National Ballet of Canada. Amazing. Which is as high as you can go.
That's amazing. Yes. Mm-hmm. So great.
Yes.
And have you guys encountered any challenges? Sometimes, things like are difficult. We didn't think about certain things, or anything that could come that you have to put your heads together to solve some problems and help better the community here in the Tri-Cities.
So from a community perspective, some challenges. Well, I think after the pandemic, I think we saw some challenges in some of the younger kids with respect to anxiety, sort of a higher level of anxiety coming to participate. So we have really prioritized bringing on, especially for our camps, bringing on support workers. So, for instance, during our summer camp, we receive funding from Canada Summer Jobs to hire 4 support workers who are specifically there to help the children with, to help them successfully participate and to help with their social engagement and any kind of fears that they have. They help them along. And that has been such an integral part to the success of the program. And some parents really appreciate that. And that has been something that I think we're very proud of, that we do have that support in place.
And I would say generally, when you mention challenges, I would say that the pandemic was a significant challenge for all nonprofits and organizations, and really anyone. Yeah. I had joined the board in December 2019, and 3 months later, we're dealing with a pandemic. And I would say that, no matter what challenge, whether it's a pandemic or even some challenges that might come up, I think what is so great at Place des Arts is our staff. People like Joan, our executive director, that really are able to pivot and take on challenges. I think that is such a strength of our organization, our its people, because I remember during that pandemic having to, oversee from a board perspective how we were going to pivot and offer program, because now we couldn't do things in person. And then coming out of the pandemic was trying to recover. And I'm so proud that our organization has recovered, and we're seeing, the attendance, participation, visits to Place des Arts, starting to recover. And, we're very thankful for that support in the community of those, coming back to Place des Arts. It's, that was a significant challenge. I'm so glad to see that, we're kind of putting that behind and moving forward. But of course, there's always going to be new challenges that arise, but I think for me that was probably the biggest one during my time on the board.
Well, and I think too, with respect to challenges, I think people in the arts are able to solve problems a lot because we always are looking for funding. We have to do more with less. And so we're always thinking about ways that we can make things happen with not very much. I remember, this was way back about 10 or 15 years ago, we were desperate for more private music space. We had a teacher who didn't have a room, and we found this little corner in the building and we just put our heads together. And I think that's what's wonderful and what's so important about the arts, because it gives you the skill of thinking outside the box. It gives you critical thinking skills, creative thinking skills, and collaboration. We really know how to work as a team. So I think if you want to know how to solve a problem, look to artists.
Look to artists. And now that you've been in the building for quite a few years, are you guys outgrowing the place? Are you guys needing more space? What's happening? Because every single place when I've been there was busy and used, and I love how you guys did everything. I love the little stores. I like everything, but I know then, is there even more potential to grow?
Yeah, I think in terms of our building, we are at capacity, and we are trying to use as much space as we can and continue to do that and offer as much programming that we can. But I would say we're kind of at that limit. We are at capacity.
Because do you have even more demand? Is there more people that could?
Well, I think there could be. And, sometimes our programming, even our summer programming, for camps, we're always full. And, so I think we could, technically offer more if we had a bigger space. Joan, I don't know,
Yes, well, we're obviously, before the pandemic, we were full, super full, and we're just about where we were before the pandemic. So yeah, what Matthew says, we're at capacity. It's a case of being creative with respect to how we can do more without more space. So it's thinking about how we can get out in the community. So we tend to go outside the building when we think about that. We offer more daytime programming. We have a wonderfully successful artist in residence program that we offer free to local schools, and we invite a professional artist who comes to the center, and the school children come and have a free workshop. And we've done it in multiple disciplines. Last year we had a hip hop workshop. We've had Christine McKenzie, who's a First Nation artist. Okay. She comes and does workshops around truth and reconciliation when it comes to close to that time of year. So that's very successful. So finding more things that we can do in the daytime, because from 3 o'clock till the evening is when we're bursting at the seams. Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
And Geneviève, you had mentioned the shop. We do have an artisan shop. And I think it's always nice if people in the community want to come check it out. There's pieces of art from local artists, and that's one way that we support our local artists. And at the same time, some of those proceeds come back to Place des Arts to invest in programming. But whether it's you're looking for something for someone's birthday or something new in your home, or even for the holidays, I think, come on down and take a look. There's a lot of interesting things there.
And I gotta say, I have bought a couple of things personally from the store. And when you're gonna go buy something that is one of, you're expecting to pay a lot of money, right? And I was very pleased to see that it was actually affordable. So I bought little purses and I gave them, and people loved it. I said, this is a one of, and it's accessible. I didn't think it was so expensive. I actually was surprised to see that I could actually purchase something. So I want to mention this because I love the way you guys have priced the items, and I'm sure it's rolling. Because when I was there, I was with a girlfriend of mine, and we both purchased things, and and a couple of people next to me was also purchasing things. So you guys have to keep an eye on this, and you have to get the artists to keep producing things to put in the store. But this is a great idea within the community to help people and to promote the art.
Yes.
to buy those one of. I really like that because I feel it's a little treasure that you have, and someone spent so much time and love designing it. Because there's so many. Just I could see there's so many steps to every single items that are there, and probably most of those items were not done on one day. Like they was learning the process, like getting good at it. Like because sometimes it's sewing, there was art, pottery, there's jewelry, there's so many different items there, and Christmas is around the corner. So I think if you're listening to this, I would definitely tell you, swing by Place des Arts and go see the little store. I say little, but they're so beautiful, the items, just on the right. When you come in, right?
When you enter on the right. No, and thank you for sharing your experience. That's a great endorsement, and we would love to see more people come into Place des Arts and take a look.
Well, to your point about the artisan shop around the holiday season, I should mention that it is coming up. November 15th will be the opening, and this is when our artisan shop expands. It blows up, and it's all seasonal artisan items in there. And then we also have a really popular exhibition called the Positively Petite exhibition.
Okay.
And this is when artists create works that are within a certain size, so they're small, and they have a few pieces. We get up to 30 artists participating.
Oh, wow.
And I'll tell you, if this is a wonderful place, a wonderful exhibition to buy someone their first piece of art. I bought my daughter her first piece of original art at this exhibition because it's, as you said, it's affordable, it's small, and it can be a real treasure for some people.
And it is one of my favorite exhibitions because it is something that we do every year. So kind of that mid-November to mid-December.
Yeah.
And so you just come in, and there's going to be an opening night. So I think it's just a very unique time to be able to see some of these like mini paintings, like smaller paintings, sculptures, a variety of pieces of art. Again, local artists.
Yeah.
And
I have so many pieces in my house. I have some, but they're little treasures that you look at and you remember where you purchased them.
Yes.
And you know the person, right? So
And
even you being there, you can cherish that also.
Yeah.
So is there any other date that we should know? What's happening in the fall, winter, Christmas is coming? What's happening? What's the calendar?
Okay. So
That's a big question, right?
dates are challenging for me. So as I said, November 15th is the opening for the Holiday Boutique and the Positively Petite exhibition. We also have some concerts coming up. There's a concert in November, and also in January, we have our annual Robbie Burns concert. So those are the things that are upcoming. But I would invite anyone to go to our website, and we have all of our event listings. You can see what's happening.
Excellent. So tell me now, what's in the future for Place des Arts? That's a big question. Is there some secrets? We kind of want to know.
What's in the future? Well, I think we'll continue to advocate for the arts. We'll continue to advance our mission in any way possible. We will continue to work with the city of Coquitlam, who is such a great supporter of Place des Arts. We wouldn't be here without the city of Coquitlam. So we'll be looking to them to help us with the future of our facility down the road if there's ever expansion or an opportunity to expand, especially in the Maillardville neighborhood. I think we always love to have some love in that part of the neighborhood. I think that we will continue to foster a love of the arts in all of the people who come to our center, and I think the city also, and also people in general, are really understanding more and more how important the arts are and how valuable they are and what a positive impact they can have on people's lives. So I think that is going to be something that is a big focus for us. And of course, sustainability. We need to sustain our operations, and we'll be looking for more funders, more supporters, more volunteers. The more supporters you have, the more sustainable your organization will become.
Yes.
Yeah, and I echo what Joan has said. With all of that, I'll add a couple of things, and I do want to echo the thanks to the city of Coquitlam because they are, helping us run the operation really for, in terms of the grants that they provide to us. And I agree, as we reach that capacity, the future would be like, what does that look like for Place des Arts in the future? But I would say for the future too is that area of Coquitlam continues to grow. More and more people, more and more development. And so I think we want Place des Arts to be that hub. I believe it already is, that kind of hub of the arts in Southwest Coquitlam. And I think that it can continue to be. So I think that's really important in the future. And, we do that by continuing to offer good programs and events. And I would say, a huge kudos to our teachers that we have because, we're offering high quality education for students. And we will continue to stay ahead of the curve in terms of what residents are wanting from Place des Arts in terms of is there something new coming up that maybe we can offer as a course, and so I think that's what our future could look like too, and just again expanding our collaborations with organizations in Coquitlam.
I love it. I have to say before I let you go, a lot of people I feel that are struggling with mental health will see the light through arts. And I'm always touched when I've been to your last celebration. It was the 50th, right? Then you celebrated last year, so it's 50th anniversary, which it was very lovely what the organization I've put together. And I heard a lot of story through people around me that through arts gave them a brighter future. So thank you for what you do. And keep shining, keep doing it. All right, so from Tri-Cities Community Television and myself, Geneviève Kyle-Lefebvre, thank you so much for joining us today.